Have you ever noticed how one simple no can ruin your entire day? Like not getting the job, or getting ignored by someone you really like, or being left out by friends. Rejection always hurts, and the crazy part, sometimes it hurts even more than physical pain. But here's the twist. Most people think rejection destroys confidence. It doesn't. It's only a test of emotional control. So what if I tell you that you can actually use rejection to fuel confidence, success, and become so strong that people who rejected you start craving your attention? In this video, we will explain 6 practical hacks to turn rejection to your advantage. The 6th method is actually the most powerful. Master these steps and rejection stops controlling you. That right there is the superpower. But first, why does rejection feel so painful? This happens for at least 2 reasons. 1, your need to belong. Thousands of years ago, survival depended on belonging to a tribe. If your tribe rejected you, you were basically done for. No protection, no food, no safety. So your brain evolved to treat rejection like danger, which means when your crush ignores you today, your ancient caveman brain reacts like, "We have been exiled from the village. Prepare for death." Meanwhile, in reality, she just left you on red while watching YouTube videos. Another reason why you feel pain when rejected is your brain code. According to neurologists, feeling of rejection causes your brain to light up in the same areas as when you get a stubbed toe. The brain's dorsal anterior cingulate cortex processes your physical and emotional pain, so it doesn't really differentiate both. To make it worse, your body also releases stress hormones like cortisol during rejection, causing you to feel down, sad, and depressed. Now, if the pain we feel from rejection is biological, inbuilt, how then do we transform that feeling into something positive? Here are 6 ways we can achieve that. 1. Be in charge by ignoring them. People who get weighed down by rejection give unlimited attention to it. Here's how. Attention is energy, and whatever you constantly think about grows bigger in your mind. Think about it like this. If someone throws garbage at your house, do you bring it inside, place it on your couch, stare at it for 3 weeks, and analyze it emotionally? No, you throw it out. But mentally, that's exactly what many people do with rejection. Someone rejects them once, and they replay it 500 times. That's emotional self-torture. Instead, you need to redirect your focus toward yourself. Go to the gym, learn a skill, start a project, upgrade your mindset, upgrade your appearance, evolve. 3 months later, you'll be healthier, happier, more confident, more social, and suddenly, the person who rejected you becomes interested again. Funny how that works, because people often value you after you stop chasing their validation. But by then, you've outgrown the need for their approval. That's real power. Number 2, never respond emotionally. Now, this next point is difficult because rejection naturally triggers emotion, but reacting emotionally usually makes things worse. Ever sent an angry message after rejection and regretted it later? Of course. Here's what you do instead. Remain calm, because calmness after rejection is intimidating, and that emotional control signals maturity, confidence, and strength. Imagine getting rejected for your dream job. Instead of spiraling emotionally, you pause and ask, what can I improve? Maybe your interview skills, maybe your experience, maybe your communication. And sometimes the rejection wasn't even about you. Companies reject great candidates all the time. People reject amazing partners because of timing. Opportunities disappear for reasons you'll never fully understand. So let this sink in. Not every rejection is a verdict on your value. Sometimes it's just circumstance. That realization alone can save you years of insecurity. Number 3, detach from people who don't choose you. This one might sound harsh, but it's necessary. Stop mentally chasing people who already showed you they don't value you. Because the more you obsess over rejection, the more power you hand over to the other person. Your mind becomes trapped in replay mode. What did I do wrong? What could I have said differently? Why wasn't I enough? Meanwhile, the other person has moved on and is probably deciding what to eat for dinner. Painful? Yes, but important to understand. Rejection becomes dangerous when it turns into identity. You are not your failed relationship. You are not your failed application. You are not your failed attempt. Those are experiences, not definitions. Think of your mind like your phone storage. If your phone is full of junk files, screenshots, and useless apps, everything slows down. Your brain works the same way. Delete the emotional junk. Make room for new opportunities. And here's the value for you. The less emotionally attached you become to rejection, the more attractive and confident you naturally appear. Confidence grows where obsession dies, and people are naturally attracted to confidence. Number 4, prove your value through action. Now let's talk about one of the healthiest responses to rejection: growth. Not revenge, not bitterness, not trying to show them. Real growth is about proving something to yourself. When people underestimate you, life gives you two options: collapse or improve. And improvement is incredibly powerful because success changes how people see you, but more importantly, how you see yourself. Imagine getting ignored for a promotion at work. You could complain endlessly, or you could channel that energy to develop new skills, become more valuable, improve your communication, and position yourself better for future opportunities. Success is often delayed by confidence, and rejection can become the pressure that pulls it out. Number 5, stop begging for validation. This may be the hardest lesson in the video. Never beg for attention from people who continuously reject you. Not friendships, not relationships, not approval. Because chasing validation usually pushes it further away. Instead, spend time with people who genuinely appreciate you. Pursue goals that excite you. And remember, attention is not the same as respect. A person can notice you without valuing you. Huge difference. And number 6, expect less, suffer less. Now, this final point completely changes how you experience rejection. A lot of emotional pain comes from expectations. We imagine outcomes in our heads. Then reality shows up with completely different plans, and suddenly we feel betrayed. Ancient Buddhist philosophy teaches that attachment to expectations creates suffering. And honestly, modern life proves this constantly. You expect immediate success, immediate love, immediate acceptance, but life rarely works on your schedule. Imagine asking your boss for a pay raise. If you convince yourself beforehand that the answer must be yes, rejection will crush you. But if you remain open to different outcomes, you stay emotionally balanced. This doesn't mean becoming pessimistic. It means becoming mentally flexible. You can hope for the best without emotionally collapsing when life says not yet. That mindset changes everything. So, one fact we must all come to terms with is rejection is unavoidable. Every successful person has faced it. Every confident person has survived it. Every strong person has learned from it. The difference is this: some people let rejection define them. Others let it develop them. So the next time life tells you no, don't automatically see it as failure. Maybe it's redirection. Maybe it's preparation. Maybe it's the universe forcing you towards something bigger. And maybe, years from now, you'll look back and realize the rejection that hurt you the most was actually the thing that changed your life for the better. And remember, rejection is not the end of your story. Sometimes it's the beginning of your transformation. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below. What's one rejection that eventually turned out to be a blessing in disguise?